Today we are discussing a course of Principles of Management. What we want to do today is to just go through the introduction, understand the concept of organization, understand the concept of management, and also try to understand something about managers. So when we start with the definition of the organization, if you look at here, the definition that I've presented is about a deliberate arrangement of group of people, resources, and methods at one place to accomplish an organizational objective or a goal. So when we look at an organization, it is highly likely that the organization is a form of a business. And when we discuss a business, it's like an activity undertaken by a group of people to earn profit and to maximize the share of the owner. So yeah, an organization can highly likely be a form of a business. And when we discuss business, there are three types of business that comes in our mind: sole traders, partnerships, and corporations. So yeah, so basically what we are trying to understand when we understand the course of the principles of management, we are trying to evaluate an organization and we are trying to focus on the people, resources, and the methods. We have to make sure that they are running in synchronization with some kind of harmony so that we can achieve the organizational goals or objectives. Now come the point whether we are after goals first or the objectives. So you want to understand goals are a broader term and objectives are sort of a narrower terms. So goals can be achieved through the objectives. So first you want to achieve the objectives and then this will lead to the goals, because goals are long term and objectives are short term. So sometimes goals cannot be measured, may not be measured, but objectives are most likely measurable. So we understand that now that yes, we are trying to work on an organization and we want to make sure that the organization performs up to the maximum, we get the optimum performance, and for that we have to apply some form of principles of management. And when we are trying to make an organization achieve its goals and objectives, we want to understand that yes, there are some constituents of an organization. So how do I see what am I going to work on? That's a big question. So McKinsey talks about different constituents of the organization, in which he talks about structure, strategy, systems. He also talks about shared values. Additionally, he says skills, style, staff. So yeah, I have written many details here and that's a very broad term. This is called McKinsey model. So one of the ways to diagnose an organization, to understand it, is to look at the structure of the organization. Is it a vertical organization or is it a horizontal organization? Look at the type of strategy that they have employed to compete in the market to gain the competitive advantage. And this strategy is highly likely associated with the competency of the organization, their expertise. Then we have got systems. Of course, systems refer to the infrastructure that they have and the type of technology that they are using. Comes the shared values. Shared values are the sort of like norms of the organization that form the greater or broader organizational culture. Then we have got set of skills of the employees. Different employees have got different set of skills who perform, who sort of like work on different tasks to get to the objectives and to achieve the goals. Style is the leadership style. Is it a democratic organization, autocratic organization? Is this a laissez-faire type of leadership style? So we have got many styles here, and comes at the end is the number of staff. How many people do we have in the organization? So yeah, when we are looking at organization, we are looking at managing people, resources, and methods. And when we start diagnosing the organization where things are wrong, or maybe we want to make sure that yes, everything is in harmony, we look at McKinsey's model. So McKinsey's model is here, and McKinsey's model says these are the important things. And some of the things at the top are the hard side of the organization. Some of the things at the below that I've put is called the soft side of the organization. Now, once we have done the organization's thorough review, we want to understand management. And there are different ways to define an organization, business, and in fact management as well. And management is a process of managing and administrating a series of interrelated functions of an organization regardless of their size, type, and nature. So what we are looking at, a series of interrelated functions. As I said, that everything has to go in harmony. You cannot look one thing in isolation and try to fix the entire organization. So no matter how big the organization is, what type of organization is that? Is it a product organization? Is it manufacturing? Or is it a service organization? Or maybe the nature, is it dealing in health? Is it dealing in education? You want to understand that you have to work on interrelated functions of organizations, and whatever the functions of the organizations are, depending on the size and type, you want to make sure that yes, you actually have a proper view of what's going on. You have the sort of a vision, a sort of like a visibility of point of start to the point of end. So the point of sourcing of the raw material to the point of end where you are providing the end product to the customers, you must have the visibility for that. So who are the managers? Of course, in order to manage the organization, we need someone called manager. And a manager is someone who identifies the problems and he comes up with the solution. So a problem is not a problem unless until it is identified by the manager, and there's a pressure on the manager to come up with the effective response, a swift response, and a prompt response to sort of like fix the problem. So importance of managers, they are the one who are coordinating different people together, their efforts, their skills. They are building the relationship among the employees, and then they're also rewarding the employees financially to achieve the greater organizational goals. So yeah, they are very important. And in terms of level, we have got top level managers, we have got middle level managers, and we have got low level managers. And that's something we can discuss some other day, that what roles and what communication they perform in an organization. And of course, the place of the managers. Every department have got a manager, maybe sales manager, marketing manager, HR manager. So yeah, that depends on the number of operations an organization have. Then comes managers are concerned with the efficiency. First thing, minimum input, maximum output means you do the things right at the first place. So we are looking at minimum input and we want to achieve maximum output. That's the first thing. And the second thing is about effectiveness. They have to do the things right, or they have to do the right things, and want to make sure that all the employees who are below them, they perform and they follow the compliance, they follow the rules of the organization to achieve the maximum outcome, to maximize the productivity at the end of the day. So overall, we have understood that yes, there is an organization which has to be managed by the managers, and these are the different components of it. And comes at the end, managerial functions. How are managers going to do their job? The very first thing that they want to do is planning, and when they're doing a planning, they come up with a decision to do the planning. So you can take a decision without planning, but you cannot do planning without decision. So managers are always taking decisions, and they have got some roles, they have got some skills, and they have got functions. So functions, once they have planned something, they will organize all the resources. And when I'm talking about the resources, I did not write it. First resource, they have got man. This is human resource. Okay. The second one they have got is method, and that is called procedure. Then third one that they have got is money, and that is called capital. Okay. And then they have machine, and that is technology. And last thing they have got is material. That's the resource that they are trying to manage. Yeah. So a manager is maintaining or managing all these resources given here, and they are doing it through their functions. First they plan how to manage these things. They organize all these resources to perform any task to achieve the organizational goal. They staff, of course, human resource is very important, is the chief asset of an organization to gain the competitive advantage. They try to lead all the resources through the men, through the human resource, and then eventually they control the situation. If anything spills out of control, It is the ultimate job of the manager to make sure that everything is fixed at the end of the day. So when they are performing roles, their role are interpersonal in terms of communication. Their role is informational, and their role is decisional. They have to take a decision as well. Yeah. So managers are taking a range of decisions. They are engaged in range of communication events, maybe interview, a meeting, a press conference. Information, they're passing on information from one person to another person, one source to another. And when it comes to the skills, they have human skills, technical skills, and conceptual skills. So human skills is to deal with the human resource. Technical skills, as you know, we are in the age of the AI, and we have to master a range of skills to perform our tasks. And conceptual skills is the one where you have to work on the different ideas and all. So yeah, all these things where we have looked at the functions, skills, and roles. We have looked at the amount of resources the managers have, and then we have looked at the entire picture of an organization through McKinsey's model. So perfect. This is the start of our course, Principles of Management. We will be looking at different types of principles of management given by Frederick Winslow Taylor, Henry Fayol, and different social scientists. And I'll see you with the new lecture. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.